Hello, welcome to the Chatting with Dr. Stevil show. I'm your host, Dr. Stevil. Now, today's guest is the creator of one of the greatest comic book trade paperback stories I have ever read, Yuki versus Panda. Graham Misiurak. Is that correct?
Yeah, you had a little inflection there. I like it.
Misiurak,
Raymond?
tak. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
that's how us Polish people would say it. Are you
correct.
Polish?
Yeah, I'm half. I'm split down the middle. So
Half.
yeah, halfsies.
Okay, so you're Polish, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm Polish. I like that. That's funny. That's what I said. I'm Polish.
All right, right, right. Okay, okay. I'm sorry. It's just like it's my bad. Every time I see name like this, I get so excited that I want to like speak. It's like mother tongue. Here we go.
I wish. I wish. Maybe I'll take some lessons and get up to speed.
It kind of paid off for me. I mean, one time I met Nikolai Volkov, the wrestler that did the
Mhm,
Russian. He's actually
mhm,
Croatian in real life, right? He played a Russian, but he knows all the
mhm.
languages. So I walk up to him and I start speaking Polish, and he understood. So me and him are having a good conversation for about
Ooh.
5 minutes while his handler is just sitting there.
Did you say something about me? Yeah,
Yeah, he says, is he trying to get like free stuff, man? We got to stop this. It's not
yeah.
cool.
That's funny.
All right,
Nice.
we've got wow, we've kind of lost a lot of people because I think everyone's watching what Zack Snyder cut.
That came out today. Yes.
Yeah, right. So people already posted. It's like 4 hours. Holy crap! You guys not go to work? Uh,
Seriously.
anyone out there? Just say hello so we can see who you are and we can put your name up and you can ask questions. Oh
Nice.
hell,
Oh
they'll
hell.
catch.
People are
So
shy.
you right? Yuki versus Panda. I mean, this is explain to us what Yuki versus Panda is. Who's Yuki and what's Panda? Oh, hold,
Oh, what's
we've got
up?
your amazing read. What's up?
So yeah, Yuki versus Panda is about a panda bear seeking revenge on a teenage girl named Yuki for something that happened when they were kids, and neither of them realize that their destinies are intertwined with each other and the fate of the planet.
Right. Uh, so this panda, where do they meet? Like they just like hanging out? They born together or what?
No, they meet when they were kids in a zoo, and there's an incident. I don't want to spoil, no spoilers, but because that's in the first issue, you'll find out what happened. But it was a traumatic incident that one of them, at least, would never forget, and this sort of sets him on the quest to seeking revenge on this girl who wronged him.
So the panda escapes the zoo and then just goes
Correct.
after this teenage girl.
Yeah, he sort of finds himself in the meantime. It's about a decade has passed since that event, but it sort of sets him on a course to self improvement, self betterment, and basically being able to exact revenge on his cushy lifestyle. Is I guess you could say, if you want to consider that cushy, is kind of upheaved, and yeah,
All right, so he's got no food not being brought to him anymore. Now he's got to go and like.
yeah,
And when
exactly.
I've been reading it, are a lot of people notice he's a panda bear, or they just don't seem to?
Yeah, so one of the things that you will learn, and it's not too much of a spoiler because again, some of the books were already out here in Canada in the graphic novel self-published version, is that like whatever he is wearing, adorning, he can sort of like emulate a person. People will just see him as a regular human being. Very Bugs Bunny, when he puts on a dress, he's just automatically a woman or whatever. They just that's how they see him, even though he's very clearly still a rabbit. So that kind of thing, or Iz's from the Max, whatever they wear, whatever clothing they wear, they just kind of look like a human wearing that clothing. So it's kind of like
Okay,
a power supernatural thing going on as well. It's explained.
yeah.
It is explained.
And Yuki, I mean, she's just a teenage girl, but she seems to be like a special powers, or what's the deal?
Yeah. Well, she's been trained by her adoptive grandfather to be, the best, and she's got an athletic scholarship and stuff. But yeah, as the series goes on, you'll discover like there's more to it, and there's a reason why she's so adept at certain things, and she has this kind of physical prowess. And yeah, I'm trying not to spoil too much, but it is all explained. Yeah, there we go.
That's a kind of Yuki versus Panda, and he's walking around like that. He's got like what are those claw marks on there? Did she do that to him or what?
Well, here's the thing. He's only been injured 3 times, and one was from a dragon, one was from a chupacabra, and one was from a little girl. And he got revenge on the other two, so he's still working on the third
That's
one.
cool. That's cool. Like when I first saw this, I thought it was silly, but then when I read the first issue, I was like, this is good.
Oh,
And then
well,
I
thank
read the second issue right here, number 2. It's kind of ruined as you see because someone scribbled all over it. But
you. Get that off.
this has got one of the best fight scenes in comic books that I have ever witnessed. It's funny, it's great. The way the art is drawn, you can actually feel them getting hit, right? It's not
Awesome.
like punch. They got all the action in and
Yeah, we really worked on that a lot. I mean, she's incredible. The artist is incredible to begin with, but we really worked on that and made sure it was because it had to be epic. It had to be epic.
well,
The
did
build
you
up
know
was
this artist or how did you find the artist?
um, through DeviantArt. I basically put a post out there like 10 years ago or whatever, like just a little less than that, and was like, hey, I got an idea for a book and I'm looking for an artist, and I sort of commissioned a bunch of artists, and I always say she was the first person to reply. I went through like 50 other artists. They were all fantastic, but I went back to her and I was like, you are it. Can you please do this book for me? Because it's, I always like to say that she had the perfect blend of sort of Disney meets anime. It was like a very like down the middle, not too anime and not too Western. It was like a nice balance. And I felt that that's the kind of the line that I wanted to ride.
Yeah, and the way she draws things, it's like she's got animation background. Is that correct?
I don't know. I think like she did a lot of comic books, like her own stuff as well. So I don't know if she has animation background per se, but she had a lot of comic book like sequential sort of experience doing that kind of stuff.
Okay, last time I talked to you was about a year ago, and you're about to
Mm.
do a new Kickstarter for the book number 4. And I was all getting there, my wallet and credit card ready to support you. And I was going to have you on the show. And then you sent me a really disturbing or vague email that says, Steve, you got to bear with me. I've got some personal things to deal with and I can't go on the
Right.
Kickstarter. So
Right.
I kind of like backed off thinking that you had some like proper family, some
Yeah.
family issues or something. So
No,
like
luckily.
ask questions. But what was this about?
Right. So yeah, that was the funny thing. I had been just sort of in talks privately with SourcePoint Press. I got to give a shout out to J.M. Clark there from Elegant Weapon. He was like a integral in sort of making that happen. And so they were like, "Yeah, we're interested in the book. We love it." So we were in talks, but again, like a year had gone by, and like I hadn't heard, and I was just like, "Guys, I'll let you. I respect your decisions and whatever, but I'm just going to carry on." As if I'm still self-publishing, and you can just let me know if something changes or whatever. And then yeah, so I was doing that. The fourth book was ready to go, and then the day before that Kickstarter came out, literally the day, I was doing countdowns like on social media and everything like that, and I was like, trying to do it up because Kickstarter is a big undertaking. And then they were like, yeah, okay, this is what's going on. It's coming up, blah, blah, blah. And they were giving me the details, and it was like officially like a go. And so I literally had to pull the plug like the day before the Kickstarter launched. But I'm super happy with how things like turned out. This has been my dream to have it, widely distributed and stuff. So, but yeah, that was kind of weird for the Kickstarter.
So what was the SourcePoint Press? They said they're going to distribute your books around the world, or?
Yeah, I mean they're kind of killing it right now. They just got the Simon and Schuster like gig, and they got I guess Ox Media. They're like an offshoot of Ox Media, and they're just this really up and coming, amazing publisher that have a lot of cool indie stuff you're not going to find, with your Marvels, your DC, and yeah, I'm so happy. I think Yuki versus Panda is like personally, I think it's a great fit. Like it's just off the beaten path, but still, you got some hopefully some quality behind it, and yeah, they have some amazing books.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, we kind of lost it. Probably my connection.
Oh, okay. I like the comment there, like a psycho Poe.
I like a Psycho Poe. Who's Psycho Poe?
Poe is from Kung Fu Panda.
Okay. That's from Bill
Yeah,
Smith.
yeah. Hi,
Uh,
Karen.
Karen Jenks says hi. So you're seeing everything before it comes out. Great. I'm just gonna have a look. There's a few people on my Stevil site. If you guys want to comment, which I really want you to comment, me and Graham do, can you please log on to chatting with Dr. Stevil? Because this StreamYard does not allow me to see the comments that are on the Stevil page. It's really weird. I know, but I can do cool things like this at the bottom with this. So I choose this program.
Nice.
Right, all these ways they can reach you. You're like a Dustleaf Media.
Right.
That's your company.
Yeah, I mean that was just sort of the moniker that I would use to self-publish. Did I lose you again? You're frozen. Yeah, Stevel. I lost Stevel. I think Stevel went away.
Sorry about that. That was crap, man. I lost a lot of freaking internet and I was just freaking losing it, cursing like you wouldn't believe.
I was too, actually. I had a glitch as well. Sorry about that.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe it's an Oakville,
Whoa.
Burlington thing or something.
Seriously, yeah. Come on, Kachiko.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, Karen says best show ever. Ha ha ha. Graham, I bet Steve will be back up again soon. Yes, he will. Thank you, Graham. Gramazing
Yeah.
Reed. He's gramazing.
Amazing, yes.
He is. He's a super wizard.
Amazing.
Gramazing Reed's here. Chance to take over the show. Yes, he could have. Wow. Karen, Gramazing Reed, not yet, but I'm looking forward to. Oh, they were keeping each other company. That was amazing. Thank you, guys, for talking to each other. You are great. Nice. What happened? I didn't notice anything. Oh.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. It was just perfect. You missed it. He revealed the secret of what's happening with the. He revealed to us the ending of Yuki versus Panda, all 5 books, how it ended, and he's not going to repeat it again. I mean, I convinced him, and sorry you missed it.
We got it. We're back on track now. All good.
We're back on track. So, all right. You know what? We're just going to cut to this. You have created an animated trailer for Yuki versus Panda.
Correct.
How did this come about?
I got to give a shout out to Andrew Palmer. He directed and produced it. And so he's actually a friend of my brother's, and he was there. He is right there to the right there. Yeah. And he has been in the film industry for a while, and first AD, different things like on The Boys and stuff. He's worked on The Boys and a lot of like some pretty cool stuff. But he wanted to branch out and do his own thing. And we met one day. I gave him the books, and he was just totally on board. And he really just took the reins and went nuts. He got this recording studio, which is, you see us there doing all the voice actors and the hiring, and got a grant, and now we're doing the film festival circuit and winning a bunch of awards and stuff. It's really fun for me, but honestly, almost all the credit goes to Andrew. He's you
won best Florence Film Award. Is that like Florence, Italy?
I think so, yeah. And we just won one in Transylvania too, which was amazing. So we're officially
Transylvania.
Worldwide. Yeah, Romania.
Oh, Romania. They like this Yuki versus a Panda thing, huh?
Apparently, I'm so glad.
And the LAFIA, that's Los Angeles International Film Festival.
Yeah. Thanks, Karen. Thanks, guys.
Okay, no, hold on. Do you have a finished film or just the trailer?
So it's just the trailer right now. We have recorded all the voices, all the script's all done, the books are all done. We have all the voices recorded, but we only had enough money to sort of like, and since we're so new too, we wanted to just start with something simple. Like, let's get a trailer together, proof of concept, and then go from there, instead of trying to animate an entire 28-minute program just off the first cuff, right? But it's happening. It's going to happen for sure. It's just a matter of we're trying to shop it around to see how we can make it happen.
Okay, now the trailer alone is what won these awards, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you mind if I show this trailer?
No, not at all. That's Synapse Productions.
Okay,
who did that. Yeah.
All right, we're just going to show this trailer. And this will also explain what Yuki versus Panda is about. And here we go.
Granddaughter, do you recall the story of how I found you as a child? Our souls are bound with the very course of nature, protectors of a delicate balance between good and evil, light and dark. One yin, one yang, one male, one female, one human, one animal.
Hello, Yuki.
So, what you're saying is my spirit animal hates me? This is insane! You've been lying to me my whole life!
Yuki, continue continuing on this downward trajectory, the situation may be far worse than you realize. If you and this panda bear are supposed to be spirit-bound, as I suspect, there is darkness at work.
Is it over?
Madison, you can't say shit like that.
Why wouldn't you at least warn me or something about all of this?
Yeah, I admit it. I kinda dropped the ball on that one.
I wish I could say I was just your average teenager.
You have certainly earned an evening to yourself to do with as you please. If only you didn't have hours and hours of additional training to get through first!
Sometimes I wish you just left me out there in the mountains.
Papaya.
Wow.
Nice.
That grandfather's a bit of a jerk.
Yeah, well, I was trying to write him as sort of, you never know if he's just full of shit or if he actually is having like this sage wisdom. And like, so you're never quite sure if he's like, which line he's doing. Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, Gramazing. That's cool. And Gramazing is asking, and I'm going to ask the same thing pretty well. What's the process like submitting to the festivals?
Yeah, that's more Andrew doing that. Like I said, he's really taking the reins on that, and he's really pushing for that. He's let me sort of focus on the creative stuff and getting performances out of the actors and stuff. But having a film background myself, it's you find the festivals, you basically submit it, and it's tough to get in. So even we're even celebrating, getting nominated or official like selection or whatnot. So we're happy just to get in a lot of the time, because it's a lot of competition, especially now. You can make a movie on your friggin' phone if you want to. So yeah, we're really happy about that. I think it's literally him just sort of like giving it all he's got and approaching all these festivals and submitting it.
Have you ever been to CK Expo?
Sorry, you cut out there?
Yeah. Have you ever been to CK Expo in Chatham?
No.
Okay. The person who runs that, he's a filmmaker himself, and he kind of likes the industry, and he started a couple of years ago the Chatham International Film Festival.
Nice.
So I'm saying this so you can submit this. Last year, because of the pandemic, all the choices that they were shown in a drive-in. So everyone was safe in their own cars and whatnot. So it was a pretty good thing. But after about 8 hours, I just wanted to.
I love that drive-ins are having like a renaissance.
Yeah, this is a good idea, especially for a lot of cool movies. So I'm going to suggest that I'm going to let you know when they're taking applications for their film festival again. Probably be October or November.
Please do. Yeah, amazing.
I definitely want to see you in there.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd love it.
Now, the crew that you worked with, you said you were there, right, behind the scenes while they were recording. What kind of input did you have on this?
I was a producer, so basically, I was sort of directing some of the performances as well. And Andrew was just really open with that. We were just both. He understood it really well, having gone through the whole thing and rewriting it and doing like the actor scripts, and he would direct them as he thought it should be read, and then I would sort of if I wanted to hear a different way or say or make a comment or anything, so I would just voice my opinion, and they would do it. So I had free reign as well. So he was really cool like that. It was really like a really collaborative effort.
And the actors that you got, where do you find them?
He put out postings, and they're all professional voice actors. They're all amazing. They were all so cool, and we did it in a recording studio in Toronto by the docks there, and sorry, I friggin' forget the name of it, escapes me, but they were just super accommodating, and we were there for, oh man, like 13 hours or something like that, because we had like 5 books to get through, just hammer through. But everyone was so amazing. This is just a fraction of the people that we had in there. We had probably like 30 different people, because
Wow.
we weren't even sure like who we wanted necessarily for each character. So we had other people sort of, we had different people read for the same parts, and there's Yuki and Panda right there to the right.
Okay, that's Yuki right there, and that's
Yeah,
Panda.
yeah,
He
they were
looks
just,
like he'd be Panda. Yeah.
like, I mean, they were all amazing, but those guys, as soon as I heard them, I literally only like picked them. I only heard their voices. There was no like, headshot or anything like that. It was just 100% based on the voice, and yeah, they killed it, knocked it out of the park.
Oh,
And
that's pretty cool.
have I ever worn the panda costume? I mean,
Yes,
I
have you?
thought, what's the deal? I have actually, once. There was one con, I can't remember what it was, but normally I got my cousin, or I mean, sorry, my nephew, Hardy. He's a huge comic fan, and he's always coming with me to the cons whenever he can. And my brother helps me out in the cons as well. My niece as well sometimes, but usually one of them is wearing it, so I can, sort of hold down the fort of the table and sort of, sign books or talk to people or try and sell the book or whatever. But there was one con where I was just, I was just, I don't know, I had to wear the I had to wear the outfit, so I did, or maybe I just wanted to. That's probably what it is. I wanted to see what it was like, and it was fun. You just get to like cause all shenanigans, and when you're in a mascot suit, they just kind of go with it. People just, how Comic Cons are. People will just go with it, and yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Were you, when you were the Panda, were you knocking everything over? Because obviously you have a little limited, you don't know how big
No,
you are.
yeah, it wasn't too bad. I think I had a Wrangler. I think someone was helping me out a little bit, but yeah, you could very easily just like crush some kid or something if you're not paying attention. But luckily, nothing like that happened.
Do you have the Panda costume with you back there?
Yeah, I do. It's not back here. It's probably in the storage room, but it's, yeah. I have the panda costume,
All right.
because the whole idea, like, it started as a skit. It was like,
Is
go
the
ahead.
Panda costume going to make a resurface? He's going to come back and.
Yeah, he's got the ear like cut out, and like we got the scratches on it and everything. We had to make it our own. But yeah, I'd love to.
That's amazing. Now Karen suggests, because you're used to Kickstarters, maybe you can do an Indigo or Kickstarter for the movie.
That's definitely not out of the realm of possibility. Like I
No?
said, we're shopping around film festivals, I guess, and I think that's how a lot of these films, I guess, get picked up. Is buyers go to these things, or watch them, and then they bring them back, or it's like, hey, we're interested in this, or whatnot. So I think that's what Andrew's thinking is doing it that way. But we already have lineups, hopefully, of like, if we can't, there's like, grants that we can possibly ask for. And yeah, 100% Indigo Kickstarter. If we tap out all these resources and just no one's biting, and which could happen for sure. Yeah, Indigo or Kickstarter would definitely do something up like that, because it's going to happen. Like I say, it's going to happen. He's a really driven individual, and I think the release of the comic books kind of worldwide should only help that, hopefully, right?
Yeah. Are you going to make it an animated series or a movie?
I think it would be an animated series. That's what Andrew kind of wants to do. Like, the first mini series would be like the first 5 books, graphic novels, and then there's room for it to continue on, should that be the case.
All right. On. Hey, who did the animation for this?
So that was, we had a bunch of animators from Sheridan College help out.
That's
Back in,
amazing. I went there.
yeah, good old Oakville, and I mean, there's just a pool of talent there. So our animator, head of animator, Wit, his last name escapes me, but he basically kind of came up with a sketch and we worked it back and forth. It was a lot of no, change this and do that and whatever. But finally, we kind of agreed on the style that was different from the graphic novel, but I feel sort of still captures their likeness and their essence. So he did
Yeah,
a
I
great job,
know,
and they all did.
but I kind of fell in love with the style from the graphic novel.
100%.
I really did. It's
Yeah.
just super amazing. I love it. I love the artwork for this. I mean,
I honestly just didn't
wow.
want to pester her too much. I'm like, this
Well,
she's gonna get sick of me.
yeah, well, that style right there is perfect for animating too. I mean, it's just loose and all crazy. So
Yeah, she's fantastic.
right on. Now, I kind of peeked in on the show that you had with Clark, Jay Clark,
Mm.
and okay, here in Canada, you've got these trade paperbacks,
Yeah.
right? Or these graphic novels.
Yeah.
And you got 2 more coming out. But he says that you're distributing in the States and they're going to be smaller books.
Yeah, so that's the deal. So this was sort of, I kind of look at those graphic novels as sort of like a beta, which is going to happen. So we're going back to like page 1. They're going to be released in 20, a total of 20 books, 5 graphic novels still. Story's the same, like the beats are the same, but it actually just gave me a chance to, because the book 1 and book 2 were written like almost 10 years ago. Like I felt like I've had a lot, and now that I know where the story was 100% going to go, if like how it finished, I was given like an opportunity to sort of go back and tweak some things and just change things and add a couple things here and there, or some jokes that I felt like didn't land properly, like, in my infancy, in my naivety of creating a graphic novel. Like I said, I'm more of a film screenwriting background, so I was learning the medium as well as I was doing it, and so I'm really excited to just sort of be able to relaunch it almost. So like you could go and pick any book up, and if you have the first 3, you'd know what's going on. It's not like something like crazy different, but there's new pages being made. Like some of the books, we really had to like change some stuff around as far as just how it ended, right? Because you can't just like stop in the middle of like an action scene or whatever. You had to pace it out a little differently for those smaller increments. So, but it was great. I'm so happy.
So there's like kind of 2 versions. One's kind of like the Yuki versus Panda, and then there's Misiurak, the Misiurak cut, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's totally it. But hopefully these will all be like the covers will be the same, and things will be the same. It's just slightly changed, and I think I got a second shot basically to sort of fix some of the rough edges that we always like our worst critics, and I'm no different. So I saw things that I wanted to fix, or I felt like could have been better, or whatever. So just given that
Okay, well,
opportunity.
me just being a fan, I mean, I think it's perfect the way it is. So I don't want you to go George Lucas on it, and
No,
add
I get you.
Jabba the Hutt at the beginning.
Yeah. No, nothing like that. I totally feel you there. I'm not gonna like change shit around too much. Anything that I add, I think is just gonna add to it. And I think it's funnier. A lot of some of the stuff that I've added is just a little bit funnier. Just lines here and there sometimes, and yeah.
Okay. Now where's it being distributed, in the States or all over Canada or the world or what?
Yeah, like it's in the previews catalog, so like any comic book shop that gets that can order it. So it's pretty much like I think the main countries are sort of like Canada, United States, UK, that area, and then yeah. So any and then like I said, they have the Simon and Schuster deal that just went through too. So that means like bookstores and like I guess Indigo chapters and what have you. So I don't know. It's really exciting. I think I jumped in on a good time for these guys because they're really going places.
Oh, good. It's a good thing because you've got your fans in Canada who see you and know you at all the Comic Cons. That's where I met you, and just super friendly and amazing, and especially with this story. Now Jay Clark is introducing you to what is it? What's the name of this? Something Point Press.
Source Point. Yep.
Source Point, and they're taking you everywhere else. And now you got like an animated trailer that you want to sell, which
Yeah.
hopefully should get you some notoriety somewhere.
Yeah,
And
hopefully.
this I can totally see as a movie. I mean, if you want Disney to have it, or DreamWorks.
Yeah. I don't know. It might be a little racy for Disney, but but something, yeah, something kind of it's teen, it's not exactly for kids. That was always kind of clear, I guess. But
Well, not in the fight scene, no, because I was kind of surprised because the
mhm,
fight scene in the school was just amazing. Because normally, what we're conditioned to is like, okay, evil panda, right? Or so we think, and this
mhm.
this high school girl, so she's gonna get all the licks in. That's no, no, it's
No,
like 50-50 fighting, and no
yeah,
punches are pulled, no pun intended.
yeah, 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 exactly. I just want people to sort of be like, whoa, okay, this guy means business. Yeah, it's not gonna be not gonna pull any punches.
And while reading it, I mean, first I thought, okay, Panda Bear out for revenge, but once you kind of follow his story, yeah, I can empathize with him.
Yeah, thank you. Awesome. Yeah, because I really wanted that for sure. It's not necessarily a good versus evil. It's just two sides of the same coin, maybe.
And you say they're supposed to be working together, but they hate each other.
That's it. Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Karen asks, do you have someone to bounce ideas off when writing for the characters? Obviously not a panda, but how do you find writing for Asian characters and a female lead?
Yeah, that's a really good question. That was the hardest thing for me, is actually to get into Yuki's mindset. I'm just like, where the hell do I like come up with this stuff? And one of the biggest things that actually put me on the right path, I think, was this Korean movie called My Mighty Princess. And it's sort of you can see the similarities. She's just like a super strong, like anime type girl in this family of like superheroes almost, but she's trying to be a regular girl in this school, and there's a boy and she likes him. And so that was like, I took a lot of inspiration from that. I didn't like copy anything, obviously. I don't want to like take beat for beat, but just to try and get into the mindset of sort of the female psyche and how she would be feeling. And yeah, the panda was obviously easy. His motivation is very very plain and simple, right? He wants revenge. The Asian characters, I talk to a lot of people of different like ethnicities. I want to get information from everybody to see how they feel about it and stuff. And so, yeah, I'd always be talking about it. And I had a really long conversation with one of the animators who was doing that. And she talked to me about certain things. And that's why I ended up changing some of the things for the new book. And just sort of, all I can do is like learn from my mistakes and try and do better. And so and she was like, I kind of find that was a little bit too racy or this or that. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Like, yeah, okay, I feel you. Like, let me try this. And then she was like, yeah, that's much better, and stuff like that. So I'm always open. I don't want to like, I'm not an asshole. I don't want to be an asshole. But I've always had an interest in the Asian culture and stuff. I went to Japan. I took Japanese lessons. I love kung fu movies, all this kind of stuff. So I always do try and do a 50-50 sort of split. It's an East meets West adventure, and that's what I always try to stick with, not one or the other.
All right, so you can speak Japanese, but you can't speak Polish.
Well, I can. Skoshi wakarimasu. I only understand like a little bit of Japanese, just enough to sort of get by. But I was interested in it, and that's something that I wanted to do. I tried to learn Polish, man. It is hard. It is hard. Personally,
tak bardzo, to jest bardzo łatwo. I mean,
you have
few...
like verbs different for like the male and female, and then like the
don't say that, man, we'll get canceled. Okay.
Oh yeah, sorry, the whatever have you,
it's similar to French. Actually, French has the male and female verbs and stuff, similar to Polish. And just like French is like we would say the adjective afterwards, like we would say red car, right? But in Polish it would be like or in French it's like car red. It'll be kind of similar in European languages.
But they're like conjugated even further, aren't they? Like depending on that. That's what threw me. It was like there was like 4 different kinds of verbs or something. I don't know. I was really overwhelmed.
Well, I kind of I kind of like, bastardized it because, me and our family, like, we didn't really want to learn it because, like
Right.
the people on Saturdays, and Saturdays,
Mhm.
like the Super Friends are on. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at home, we would talk like half English and half Polish and kind of
Right.
make up words as we go along. So,
Right.
um, Karen says it's great to see a different type of hero when talking about Yuki and Panda.
Awesome. Yeah. Hopefully it's something different. Yeah.
It is totally different, man. I'm freaking amazed. I'm blowing smoke up your ass for this thing for a long time because I love it. And Karen, yeah, man, you can borrow these books because it's just, I mean, you'll fall in love with it like I did.
But please support your local comic book store as well. Coming out in May, it really mean a lot. I'm really hoping. I have no idea how this is going to do or how it's going to be received by the like the masses or even comic book stores. So I'm hoping they'll be down with it. Because I did, like, when I was pushing it like just independently, I did feel like a lot of people just saw it and sort of dismissed it as sort of manga or whatever, and you can't like argue with the store owners or whatever. It's not manga, they're just like, it's not really our thing, or whatever. And fair enough, fair enough. But
I,
I
I
feel like,
honestly, I did the same thing when I first saw it. It
yeah,
wasn't until a couple years later I saw you again and go, well, now I got money. I got a real job now, so I can afford this. And I talked to you, and you were like, obviously a cool person, and I
awesome.
gave it a shot. And next thing you know, I bought the second one, want the third one, and now I'm like waiting for the fourth over a year.
I know, dude. I know it's done. It's just this whole thing happened with the source point. And like I said, like it just sort of reset. But I'm so happy for the opportunity.
Okay, Graham is asking, can we grab this from Alfonso?
He had just a couple of the books. I think they're gone now. His store had like 3 of each, and I don't know. I think they're all 3 of them are gone now. So I'm not allowed to distribute them anymore. Just because,
Hi,
well, because SourcePoint, that's under the
source.
contract. It's like I still own everything and the characters and everything like that, but the deal is that they get sort of first right of refusal or what have you. And
So what?
I get,
SourcePort don't like Alfonso?
no, dude, are you kidding me? Like I'm
I'm
hoping
just kidding.
Alfonso will. Yeah, I know, of course you are. I'm hoping Alfonso will sort of will order some too or something because they're still very indie and yeah, they're great. They're a great bunch of guys. Honestly, they've been nothing but great, just like Alfonso.
All right. Well, we'll tell Alfonso that Gramazing is interested in going to the store and picking up a copy of Yuki versus Panda. Uh,
Awesome.
Graham, if you're going to do it just to check it out, definitely take one, but definitely take two because the second issue I said is one of the best fight scenes I've seen in comics. It's just freaking amazing. You'll like it. It's also funny. It's got like flashbacks here and there, and uh, it's pretty freaking cool. I just can't like without ruining everything. It's
Right.
like.
I know.
And Graham Amazing asks, do you have a Mount Rushmore of comics that inspire you?
Yeah, it's odd. I don't. I haven't. I didn't get inspired by comic books for Yuki versus Panda. Like I read comic books. I read books. Yuki, it's kind of a Frankenstein of inspirations. I kind of think it's like I said, it was over 10 years of like this, so I had a lot of time to kind of mull over it. A lot of Stephen Chow movies. I love Stephen Chow. Like Journey to the West is one of my absolute favorite movies of all time, just because of how nuts. Now, like the very like first 15 minutes, a fish demon eats a little kid, and it's just like, and it's a comedy movie. Yeah, and so it's like, wow, okay, like this is all bets are off with this movie. Like they just killed a kid in the first 15 minutes, and so I kind
What's the movie's name again? I want
Journey
I want to see this kid get eaten by this fish demon.
Journey to the West. Stephen Chow does the Kung Fu Hustle and all that stuff. And being like a film major, I was definitely influenced by a lot of cinema, music, Tom and Jerry, Tekken, video games. As far as comic books inspiration, the biggest one for me would be the Max, and that was for the Panda
Yeah.
character. Yeah, like I was very traditional DC, a little bit of Marvel when I was a kid. I kind of got out of it when I started doing film and stuff. Got back into it through Dark Horse, like the RoboCop, Terminator, and then Image. The Max brought me right back into comic books again. And so yeah, the Panda character. I mean, there's a parody of the Max on one of the back of those books, and like the Jungle Queen. Yeah, there you go. That's one of the covers right there. I think it's 3.
Yeah,
And
I'm familiar with the cover from yeah.
yeah, Sam Keith is amazing. I just didn't know comic books could be like that. I've been brought up with such a sort of cookie cutter superheroes and whatnot. But so yeah, he was a huge inspiration for Panda. I always pictured Panda as the Max, sort of this like homeless vagabond hero sort of character. Who doesn't love a panda?
Doesn't love Panda. That's right.
I don't know. Only sickos, because pandas are amazing.
They are. And then we got this killer panda who oh geez, I'm sorry, I'm just flipping through this, and you were talking about disguises?
Yeah.
Oh man.
There you go.
So like he puts on the hat and glasses and everyone just assumes he's a human being.
He's just a guy, yeah.
That's pretty cool. And of course, the cover says revenge, lust, and karaoke.
Exactly. The worst of the 3 sins.
Yeah, you got everything. You even got romance because she falls for a guy and it's all smitten. And of course, you've got the bully, her nemesis in school.
Yeah.
And she's got to deal with that, and then she's got to deal with the panda coming into school, and they have a fight, and they try not to get people to notice. Yet the whole freaking school is being destroyed.
Yeah, exactly. You got to have that fine balance of what the hell is going on.
Well, absolutely. So when do we, like me, I'm being selfish right now, when do I get to see issue 4 of the trade paperback?
It's like the books are coming out 1 a month, like boom, boom, boom. Just 1 month in between each new issue to have the trade. So the first issue is May, June, July, and then so by next year, I imagine we'll be into like volume 3 and 4 and 5 probably. So it's coming, and hopefully you can. All
right, so I got to wait for you to re-release it. Buy all the smaller issues and see what you.
Sorry, you cut out there.
All right. Yeah. So I got to buy all the smaller issues to see what you've changed.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. This is sort of my best foot forward on the smaller issues and things like that. And I've tried to. I always felt like you say, the second book was the one you got to check out because of the fight scene and stuff. So I tried to add some fight scenes and some action into the first a little bit more. And like I said, just sort of, things that I felt I could do better a little bit now, knowing what I know now.
Oh, that's amazing, man. I'm looking forward to it even more now.
Awesome.
Like I said, just recently that I saw you were back online. You had an interview with Jay Clark, and then I found out that you were doing animation. It's like, whoa. And here I thought it was a year that something terrible happened to you, but
I was just, I've been working. I've just been working, and it's been a crazy year for everybody, I think. So.
All right, now how can people order these? If because of COVID, no one really goes to comic stores, or I've got all your addresses down there. I mean, are these any ways that we can find them?
I'll be posting the links too. So I guess they sort of want to push the previews catalog until the 19th or so, and that's when orders are due for comic book stores. And then we're going to be switching over to like Source Point store directly, the Source Point press store directly. Yeah, so you can go. Yeah, there you go. That's going to be the collections, and so you can order it from there. But even Source Point themselves say like they want to support your the local comic book store. So like go there. You can ask for it. That it can be ordered. It's all good. So anywhere you want to go that you can buy comic books.
Oh, cool. So I'm really happy that you did not stop. I'm glad that it was actually a happy reason that you disappeared. And you said that you've almost got the 5th issue done.
Yes.
No question on this. When you write an epic story like this, do you have an ending first, or you just like take 2 characters, you roll a dice and see what happens, or how does this work?
No, you got. I think Neil Gaiman said it best is like you write the ending, and then you write from beginning to ending, and then you go back and make it look like you knew what you were doing the whole time. But But I did have the broad strokes. Like I knew the beats that I wanted to hit and stuff. It was just basically the path that those characters would take directly to get there. But yeah, I knew what was going to go on for sure. And I don't want to ruin anything, but there's little like hidden things in the comic book already that once you see the ending, or even comic book, the trade 3, you can go back and check it out and be like, oh, I didn't ever notice that there's, something there.
Gotcha.
No spoilers. Yeah.
Sorry. There's another one of Panda pretending infiltrating the school, I guess, as a lunch lady Doris or something.
Yeah. Pedro, and then Chef Rorden Gamzee.
Rorden Gamzee. Nice.
Nothing subtle about that.
Nope, not at all, man. It works.
Yeah. Sometimes they just go full on. Yeah.
Is there anything you want to tell people or inspire people about your journey in Yuki versus Panda, or anything else you're up to?
I got other books coming out that I'm hoping to do, maybe through Source Point, maybe through my own. Anubis Prophecy is sort of like a gothic horror comedy. Again, I try and do my own style on things, so it's dark. Yeah, there it is. Anubis Prophecy.
These guys right here, Anubis Prophecy.
Those guys still left. Yeah, it's like a serious story, but I kind of do it with comedy as well. And
okay.
And I got a new one, Duds and Dragons, that is being started at the end of this month, and I'm super psyched about it. And it's sort of Wizard of Oz meets World of Warcraft story. And yeah, those are the 3 projects. And Yuki versus Panda, those are the 3 projects. And Critter Force is a board game that I'm working on using all those characters. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. And my advice is, if you have an idea for a comic book or you have a project that you want to do, just stick with it, because this has been 10 years journey, and there's been plenty of times or opportunity for me to just give up and say, F it, it's not happening, and whatever. So dreams can come true. Just keep with it. Man.
Yeah, you've earlier you told me some reasons why you didn't want to continue to do some terrible press, but keep up with the good things. I mean, you got a good fan base. Most of the artists in this area support you, as you know, and you're doing a great job.
The people, most of the people. I mean, you just don't focus on the haters. Not that I've had a lot or anything like that. I'm unfortunate, but anytime you put yourself out there, I think you become a target for all sorts of trolls and whatnot. But got to focus on the love, and it's been great. It's been so good. People like you, man, you've always been singing the praises of Yuki versus Panda, so I'm so happy to be doing this with you. And
no problem. Well, hopefully we've got a couple more fans that's really going to pick up the book.
Yeah.
And Jamie Pagya, good morning, Dr. Stevil. Jamie came in a bit too late. He's usually on here all the time. He's from across the pond.
Oh, morning.
Yeah, it's up pretty late for this.
Awesome.
I got to talk to him.
New fan. Amazing.
Great guy. All right, stuff's not clicking. Okay, new fan tonight. Thanks, Graham.
Thank you.
Amazing
Honestly,
read.
it's because of fans. That's the only reason I'm able to do what I do.
Great. And I think Karen might be interested, because she said everybody loves Panda, so we can hate the Panda.
Yeah, and hopefully you empathize with him,
Well, I do. It's kind of funny. Some funny things happen to him as he's seeking revenge, which just I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, we talked about it when I last saw you, and how I thought it was freaking funny.
Yeah. Well, let's talk again, after the couple books have come out, and we can sort of drop a couple more spoilers and get more into the minutia of all the stuff that happens.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for your time, Graham, and I'm glad you're doing well, and I'm glad you've been taking this time during COVID to work on more Yuki.
Yeah, for sure. It's been fantastic. Thank you for having me on the show, and thanks everyone for watching.
Yeah, and I hope, Karen, this got better than that really, really good part there, for about 2 minutes that you said was your favorite part of the show. I hope we kind of improved a bit.
Yeah. Nothing better than dead air.
Yeah, thanks, Graham, Jamie, Karen, the other guy, Bill Smith. Thank y'all. Have a good night. And it's time to go watch Zack Snyder's cut of the Justice League.
Yeah. Thanks, Ken.
All right. I'm going to end this, and I'm going to keep waving until this goes because